Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, certified astrologer, and in this segment I'll be going over the astrological signs and bodies that are available during the full moon. And this full moon is called the buck moon, and it occurs on actually the 3rd of July, right before the 4th of July, and occurs at the time 7:38 a.m. So I drew this chart precisely at that time, and of course, the first thing to look at, since this is a full moon, is the dynamic tension that is going on between Cancer and Capricorn. So what does that mean? The sun is in Cancer, which actually is ruled by the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the dynamic tension is between Cancer and Capricorn. Capricorn being kind of a dry planet and condensing, and then Cancer being a very watery sign and flowy. So there's this dynamic tension between precision and on the other end emotions. And when I mean precision is kind of contracting everything that you've done and making sure that there's no loose ends. That's what Saturn does. However, not at the cost of emotions. So some of the other things is Leo in the ascendant right here. And on that first house is our Mars-Venus conjunction that, if you look at my previous videos, I've been talking about ad nauseum, honestly. Now that it still indicates the same thing. Somebody who's able to, you're going to be able to use your masculine and your feminine side. Masculine represented by Mars, feminine is represented by Venus. However, when it's in the first house, all of those combinations have kind of culminated into being expressed in the first house. Again, I said that the Leo is the ascendant, the sun rules this. I wanted to make sure that we covered that what Mercury and Sun represent. So Mercury typically takes on the persona of the planetary body that's next to it. So you can see it as amplifying the effect of the sun. Or also you can take a look at which houses Mercury rules. So Gemini and Virgo are the houses ruled. So the 11th and the 3rd house, there's not too many planetary bodies. However, it will take the persona of the sun, and because it's a full moon, persona of the moon as well. And Cancer is, sun is in Cancer, so that's where the dynamic tension is, sun and the moon. So just to wrap this up, Pluto over here is conjunct the 7th house. So in your daily lives, you can any sort of friendships and everything, you may see some changes in that. So overall, this is a very good time. There's a lot of things going on. Understanding the dynamic tension is the biggest challenge for everyone, and understanding that during this time there's the conflict and the tension between emotions and strict sort of definition of what is going on. So these dynamic tensions need to be resolved, and you can use the other planets to resolve. I'll also end with this. Quran, it takes 51 years to go around. So Quran, many people, many astrologers use this, is conjunct the midheaven. And so if you're have gone through trauma and you're expressing this later on in life and doing something to help others, then this is a good time to do so. That's the main components. I think it's important to note that Jupiter is also squaring or trine Moon. So Jupiter tries to help this dynamic tension. And as I said, Capricorn, the Saturn is there. Jupiter actually is a good balance between Saturn and the Moon, the Sun and the Moon. that sums up this presentation and segment. Of course, all of these keep changing, and this is not to replace any sort of advice that you may come to the conclusion from your daily living. Thank you for listening.